Hey YouTube, it's your girl Z Baby with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be giving 5 life hacks that I should have learned sooner. And I hope this video helps anybody that's out there, especially someone that's younger, because at the end of the day, when you go through stuff in life and you know better and you want to share your information with people, sometimes you feel like it's a stupid idea, but when you do it, it might help somebody. So that's the purpose of this video, and let's get right into the video because it's late and you know your girl be rambling. And shout out to all my new subscribers that subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate every single one of y'all that has subscribed. So let's get right into it. Okay, so 5 life hacks that I should have learned sooner. And number one is credit. Now, a long time ago, when I was about 18 years old, I remember getting my first credit card. And when I got that credit card at the time, I remember getting a credit card, spending it, and not paying the payments on it. And I remember that I used to get these letters saying, you know, pay this. And I never used to pay any attention to it. I let it get delinquent, and I ended up paying it off. But that was a negative credit, a negative on my credit report at the time. And as time went on, I started learning that when you pay things back, no matter what the situation is, when you pay things back, that your credit score gets higher every time you pay something back. So lately I've been working overtime and I've been working extra hours because next month I want to pay off my credit card that I have from TJ Maxx, and I want to pay the whole thing off. So paying things in full can get your credit score up really fast. And number one thing about credit is discipline. It's basically like this. Anything that you take out, any loan, you have to tell yourself that you're going to pay it back. There is no, you're thinking about it. There is no, it's not going to happen. You have to get it done. So there are 3 ways to get around credit. One is that you realize, can I afford this or can I not afford this? If I can't afford this, guess what? I'm not going to waste my time pulling credit out for it. Number 2 is, if you don't have the money right away to pay off your credit card, it's always a good idea to just pay the minimum. And I know I've seen some credit videos like that before, but for real, if you don't got it like that, just pay the minimum. Like, the minimum is better than paying nothing. If you want to be technical, the minimum is better than paying nothing. Okay, number 2. Things I should have learned soon. Well, 5 life hacks that I should have learned sooner. I keep messing up the intro part. I'm sorry, y'all. It is late at night. Let me read this part. Is trying to find different ways of making money. Now, this is the biggest tough one for me because it takes you to make money. You know, you have to make money, right? You have to go out and work for money. And then if you want to grow your money, you have to find other ways to try to make money. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but at the end of the day, I've been talking about making this business for a long time, and I've been going through it. Recently I had to pay for this BOB report for Taylor Brands. They also want me to pay another $200 for my LLC that has expired. And there's so many things that, when you're trying to do a business, you're always spending money, but you're losing money, but you haven't started it yet. So, finding different ways to make money is the challenging thing for me, but I know if I keep going towards it, I will get through it, if that makes sense. Also, making passive income is another thing that I've been trying to do as well. And I feel like I wish I would have learned this sooner when I was in my 20s than rather go and waste my time on drinks, alcohol, partying, clothes, shoes, cars. Those things are irrelevant. When you look at life, and if you had a different way that you wanted to do it, I wish I would have did it differently. And I can inspire anybody to, be different than me. Then I say this: each day that you wake up, you always want to figure out, how am I going to change my life? How is my my actions going to change my life. Because I remember a long time ago, and I'm getting off topic, but I remember a long time ago when I was just interested in drinking, smoking, partying, drugging, having sex, doing whatever I wanted to do, and not focusing on my goals. Like, focusing on my goals was so hard. Me paying off a credit card bill was impossible. Me worrying about what other people were doing was so important. And I feel nowadays, it's like 2024, you really need to be focused on what you got to do in life. You really got to be focused on what you need to do, how you going to get it done. It's really important to figure out what you want to get out of life, because you don't know when you're going to be able to, have another breath. You don't know when you're going to be your last time here. So I feel like sometimes when life goes on, or life moves so fast, that you could turn around and be 50. So with that being said, if you want to change the way you do things, you have to change the way you think. So I know that really wasn't the answer that I was looking for, but I went into a tangent on something else. But yeah, okay. And to piggyback off that question, another life hack that I wish I would have known sooner is researching my degree before I went to college. Now, this is big. I feel like nowadays, or in the past, a lot of older people push college, but they don't never say, what are you going to study? What are you going to be? There are some parents that be like, okay, you're going to go to school to be a doctor. You're going to go to school to be a nurse. You're going to go to school to be this, that, and the third. But for me, it wasn't like that. When I went to college, they were like, go to college. I had no idea what I wanted to study. I remember studying mass media or whatever a long time ago when they were talking about PR and all these other things. It probably grasped, that's why I have a YouTube channel. But like when I was younger, they made me read all these books about, media and art and how the internet was going to take over the world, which it has. And it's like, though then, things were just starting to grasp. iPhone was, not as savvy as it is now. So it's just like, at the end of the day, I feel like if I can give my advice to people, if you're going to go to college, you need to know exactly what you're studying. Do not be like me and go study all these different things and have, now my student loan debt is like $75,000 for no apparent reason at all. Now I got to figure out ways how I'm going to pay that. It's just like, at the end of the day, like, people in general need to have a plan on what they want to do in life. And now that I'm getting older, now I'm like, okay, I have this plan. This is what I want to try to do in life. This is how I want to get things done. This is the way it's going to go. Like, at the end of the day, those are the things that I feel like are important in life. And I feel like these are life hacks that I am telling you guys because these are things that I went through. I have been through where, I went to college and wasted all this money for no reason, and I still have to pay for them. You know what I'm saying? Lastly, buying a home. Now, I'm searching to get this home this year. I have this little realtor lady that I met on Zillow. I tried NACA. That didn't really work out. At the end of the day, it's all about affordability. And that's how I am always been, how I'm always going to be. I'm all about affordability. What is going to cost me the most to live? Is it, better for me to stay renting, or is it, really important me for get property? Right now at my life, it's really important that I get property, and it's really important that my house doesn't cost me to the point where, I don't have a dime left. So I feel like these hacks that I'm talking about should be taught in school, because a lot of times we don't get these talks. When I had my professor in college a long time ago, she used to always tell me about credit. She used to tell me about student loans. She used to tell me about how much, you should take out. I feel like a lot of times when we are young and we are in our 20s and we're living our best life, we don't think about, what can these habits that I'm doing now affect me 10 years later down the line. I had to realize, 2 years ago, I was always smoking cigarettes and doing all this other stuff. And I said, 2020, around 2021, I had stopped the cigarettes because I was like, I don't want this anymore. This is really, gonna affect me later off in life. And I feel like, if you can prevent something from happening beforehand, that you should do so. So therefore, that being said, if you're a person that's in college, I know the semester is going to start for January because I was just a college student at some point, and my coworker was telling me how he just enrolled to flight school, but he knows exactly what he wants to do, and he's happy that he's going to flight school, and he's really excited about flight school. If you're going to school for like nurse, flight school, you college, you want to be a doctor, go ahead. But if you're like me and you have a major like liberal arts, and when you get the job, they're trying to tell you that your degree doesn't really mean anything and it's BS, and they're trying to offer you an entry level position, that's when things hit the fan. And I still need to get serious, and this is like my 4th year banging that line, but I need to get serious on telling the education people that I want my loans cut in half, because at the end of the day, I really feel like I got bamboozled for my degree, $75,000 for an associate's degree, and I'm still waiting tables. It's just isn't fair. So that is all I have for this video. Please take these hacks that I'm telling you seriously. If you're in your 20s and you watch my channel, I just want you to take this whole video, write it down 1,000 times, and just do this. Even if you're not in your 20s, always think about what your decisions can do, how they're going to affect your life. Because I feel like a lot of times we don't think about those things. We're so in the impulse, and we're all for the now, and then later we don't do these things. So that's all I got for this video. Hope you guys like this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can get a video every time I upload. And I'll see you guys at my next one. Bye. Hey, y'all, popping in real quick. Just want to make a quick little message for today. So there are 3 life hacks that I wish I would have done sooner than now. Number 1, working on my credit. I've been working on my credit for at least 5-6 years now. And if I would have paid attention to my credit score when I was in my 20s, I would have felt like I was in a better position than I am in now. Now that I'm in my late 30s, it is very important to take care of your credit, whether you're in your 20s. If you're in your 20s and you're feeling like you don't have to pay stuff off, or you have something in collections, or you feel like, it's not going to, bother you, or it's just going to fall off, you are mistaken. One thing I will say about this, when you want to like elevate in life and you want to be able to get the bag, there are certain things that you have to take care of, and credit is number 1. 2, saving money. Saving money is a big thing. A lot of times when you're young and you don't, really care about how much you're making, or you don't really care about how much you're spending, or whatever you are thinking about, and you're just breezing off through life, you're getting your hair, your nails done. I'm a testimony to that. It's always like, you feel like you can make it back, but sometimes at the end of the day, you really got to look at yourself and say, look how much money I'm spending. What can I cut back on, regardless if you live with your parent or not? Because at the end of the day, it's always good to have something to fall back on. And lastly, wanting to own property of your own is one of the biggest things that I'm trying to do this year. And I feel like at the end of the day, especially in America, that I feel like a lot of people don't prioritize having their own property. I know a lot of people say it's a lot of money, and you're doing this, that, and the third, but you know how much money I've spent on money for renting? I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on renting, and guess what? I don't have anything to show for it. So this video is inspiration for anybody that wants to get on the grind, be on their bossed up shit. The best thing to do is take care of you first, and make sure that you take care of your finances, your credit, and your home. And that's it.